Hello, everyone. Welcome to CES Connect, the podcast, navigating agility, maximizing impact, and embracing relevance. Today we have Andy George, CES Representative Council President. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you very much, Chip. Glad to be here.
We're going to start off today's podcast with our segment all about Andy. Andy, serving on a board of education is a big commitment. What prompted you to serve on the Stanford board?
I think most everybody gets on the boards in their local districts. They see problems that occur. They want to help with those solutions. So I think it comes generally from that, a feeling, a desire to be part of a solution in their own district.
So, what have you found as the most rewarding aspect of your board service in Stanford?
Well, I guess the most rewarding for me has certainly been my interactions with the administration and with the staff, getting to know the principals in the building, getting to know a number of the teachers. Stanford being a big school district, it's hard to get to know everybody. But the also interacting with other offices in the city, the mayor's office, the police department, and getting to know a lot of the significant players in the city of Stanford. So I've enjoyed that quite a bit.
What elements of your professional background have made you more effective as a board member?
Oh, well, professional background, I have a financial professional background. So I think that bringing they call it financial acumen, to the board, because quite often boards don't necessarily have people who have corporate experience or again the financial tools that I've been exposed to. So I think I've been able to bring some of that as part of my tool chest of things that I brought to the board.
Beyond board service, service as a RESC representative council member is an additional level of volunteer commitment. What keeps you involved with the RESC?
Aside from you,
Yes,
keeping
sir.
me,
Yeah.
the I first started representing Stanford on the representative council 7 years ago, I think. I'm in my 8th year of board service, so yeah, probably about 7 years ago. And I think it is an incredibly worthwhile organization. I think RESCs in general are a great idea. Now, I'm not sure they've been deployed as originally intended and as effectively as they could be. So I guess what really keeps me involved, kind of going back to why do I serve on a local board, is I'd like to see the RESC become a bigger part of the solution. I think there's a lot of things that happen in the state and amongst the different school districts where a regional solution is a very effective way to address certain problems.
I agree. So, what is something that you would like community members or even possibly board members to understand about a RESC?
Well, I think fundamentally it's just about what a RESC is and what services they do perform or what they could. I think, kind of going to my earlier comment, I think there's a lot of potential in the RESCs. So it's not just what a RESC does now, and we know that the RESCs throughout the state are all very different in their sort of makeup and some of the things that they've been involved in. But it's why there are things out there that they could address that would be very useful. I think particularly for smaller districts that can't necessarily afford to have expertise within their own district, a RESC can provide that level of service and spread it out amongst several districts. In Stanford, we're fortunate that we're a larger district, so we can have a position perhaps that other districts can't. And if the RESC can offer that kind of expertise to the smaller districts, I think that's a win-win for everybody.
What's an issue in schools that you see that we recognize, but schools have just not really done a great job of getting close to a solution?
Uh, well, I mean, everybody is talking about the teacher shortage, and I guess that's kind of top of mind really right now, and it's a tough problem to address because it's multifaceted. It's not just one item. It's not like you can suddenly, if you were able to raise everybody's salary, like that's going to solve it. I think there's more. It kind of goes back to how does our society value the profession of teaching, and it we need to sort of heighten or work on making, I think, the public, making society value the occupation of teaching more than it has over the last several decades.
Great. We've reached the part of our podcast here where we've got some quick fire questions for you. Yes. So I encourage you to answer quickly. There's not a whole lot of depth here, whatever is top of mind for you. Andy, what's something that you've learned recently?
Something that I've learned recently. That I don't like that I don't like Airbnbs.
Okay. All right, something to go into more depth in a future podcast.
Yeah, right.
Maybe. All right. And if you were to write a book, what would that book be about?
I always thought, going back to my teenage years, I'd write a book about From Where I Sit, and it would just be a composite of my observations of how other people are behaving around me.
All right. Favorite ice cream flavor?
That probably would go to chocolate peanut butter cup Talenti gelato.
Oh, okay. All right. What object do you find yourself misplacing the most?
Oh, well, not my passport.
Yeah.
I guess maybe glasses, and I have so many pairs of them because I need readers. And so I've got them all over the place, but somehow that seems to be like, oh, where did they go? Where did they go?
That's my solution to misplacing glasses. 10 or 12 pairs.
Yeah,
so.
right.
And the last one, Andy, finish this phrase for us. CES is what to me?
CES is a path forward, a path to the future for me.
Great. Andy, thank you very much.
Well,
we appreciate the conversation. And a big thank you to our member districts, CES families, and our partners. Thank you.